All right, ape family. I want to discuss the difference between a real and a synthetic share. A lot of people want to know what are they holding. So I'm gonna clear that up right now. And from Jump Street, I'm already in trouble because to prove my point today, I got this cookie jar, and you got to understand that's his treats. And I've got his bucket, and he thinks it's time for him to have a treat. So who says Boomer should get a treat? You want a treat, man? Want a cookie? Come on. And then we play this game. He throws it on the floor, and then I reach for it, and then he snatches it and hauls ass. Give me that cookie. Give it here. Come, where you going? Every time. But anyway, inside of this jar is 513 million shares of AMC. It's cookies. Well, it's cookies, but 513 million are represented here inside this jar. Now, put something right here. They've reached in the jar of actual float shares and taken out shares, okay, and borrowed them and sold them short. That's a legal short. Going through this process quickly, that's how it's done. Now, in the end, there's 97 million shorted shares right now, and they sold them back into the market, so there still should be 513 million. But anyway, now here's the thing: when all the fuckery gets started, and you got all these naked ones, right? And I bought today, and I go in the bucket, and you buy today, and Vanguard buys another 3 million today. Everybody's going in the bucket. See? And they just keep making up shares, and they just keep getting put in the fucking bucket. And the more shares they make up, they've overloaded the bucket. There should only be 513 million shares in this bucket once everything has been returned. The 97 million has been returned. But at the moment, there's 400, and I think somewhere around like 410, 408 million shares of AMC still in the bucket, and 97 million over here that's been legally shorted. So see how you can do a count. But they kept making more and more shares until this is now 5 billion, 7 billion, 10 billion, 100 billion. It depends on who you are and what you think. But that's how many shares is in here now. Because everybody that's bought has been going into this bucket. There's 5 billion shares in this bucket now. Now, watch this. This is what happened today. I believe they started covering, which means they're reaching in here and they're buying shares and they're returning them to whoever it was they borrowed them from. And then they're still in here all these shares. And as the price begins to move up and people sell, okay, let's say tomorrow it closes at 20 or hits 25 and is moving around. People bought in at 14 and they're like, fuck this, I'm out. So they come out the bucket. Okay? And then it hits 30 and then these get out the bucket. They sell their shares. All right? And then the next day it hits 50. Pelosi's old man checks out. Vanguard checks out. Until eventually 513 million shares have checked out of the bucket. Okay? So what's left? Where'd all these motherfuckers come from? If there's only supposed to be 513 million, where did these come from? See? They were able to separate the actual shares, and whatever's left in this bucket is extra. Now, don't get it twisted. And that's where a lot of people talk paper hands and they blasted people for whatever their particular sale price would be and taking their shares out the bucket and everything. But you know what? I don't give a fuck. You can buy and you can sell, you can hold to whatever numbers you want. But if you sell early, you help me out because I believe the ones that sell early, like say for example, they've allocated $10 trillion to this play that they're going to be able to pay out. It's not, but let's just say. And somebody sells at 200 and they were expecting to give them 1,000. So that's 800 that didn't get claimed that stays over here in this pot. And if 10,000 people sold at $20 and then another 3 million sell at $50, they're not getting the total of what they were supposed to be getting, so that keeps that money over here. Does that make sense to you? So the longer you stay in this pot, the more valuable what you're holding is worth. That's how the price can go up really high. The more paper hands, fuck them. Paper handed, get the fuck on out. Because that's what causes the price to go and go and go and go. As they check out early, they leave that extra cash over there for you. So don't get mad at people that don't want to sell early. Give a fuck. Real shares, synthetic shares. They're going to take everybody that paper hands, those are real shares. They're going to be returned back to, that's the purpose of them jumping in there, buying these 97 million shares, because they're going to return them. And that's going to leave everything else synthetic. That's how they start to unravel this. Don't worry if you're still in the bucket. That's what makes it valuable. I love y'all. I'll be back. I have a series of shit I want to do tonight, just so everybody's on the same page coming up. So I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later.